Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Longlegs. So I've heard a lot of good things about this. I think I've seen like some of the marketing since the first poster reveal. There's been a big marketing campaign for this. I have heard it's supposedly the scariest film of the year. I'm always going to take that with a grain of salt because it always feels like it's kind of the initial hype around it, and you don't want to set yourself up with too many expectations before going in. So I'm taking that with a grain of salt. I've heard this being compared to The Silence of the Lambs, which is really interesting. People have said it's like that, but with a slight supernatural twist. So that's a really exciting comparison as well. Yeah, it's been compared to Silence of the Lambs because it follows like a kind of female detective, just like that film. And I know Longlegs is like the Longlegs serial killer or something, who's played by Nicolas Cage. And there was a lot of hype over his design. I haven't seen what he looks like, so that'll be a surprise for me here too. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find a full-length version of this reaction where you can watch along with me, sync up your own footage. If I have to censor anything here because it's too gory for YouTube, you can find an uncensored version over there too. And you can find polls so you can vote for what's next. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Yeah, the red and black is kind of iconic at this point with this film. Interesting aspect ratio. I'm sure it will widen at some point. Oh, I thought we were pulling up to a creepy house. It might be the creepiness is coming from the who's pulling up. Oh, okay. Drawing her in, yeah. The music cues. Oh. Oh, the framing of it, yeah, cutting off his head.
What happens if I...
Oh. Okay. That did make me jump. I wore my long legs today. Oh, because he was so high up, out of frame? Oh, yeah, yeah. The aspect ratio is slowly coming out. Yeah, I was thinking actually, we had the aspect ratio where it was like in the middle of the screen like that. I was like, oh, surrounded by darkness. Is that the imagery there? And there was just something about the shot compositions there with the girl. You kind of seeing the girl from lower down, which you don't see with children that age, do you? You never see them from that perspective. Oh, of course, yeah. I forgot to mention this is Osgood Perkins, related to Anthony Perkins from Psycho.
Suspect likes to visit a certain kind of neighborhood. He's a middle-aged Caucasian male and not likely to go quietly.
So they're already on to him. Does he like to go to kind of isolated neighborhoods like that? High trust neighborhoods, perhaps? Yeah, a lot of these low angle shots, actually.
It's that one.
What's what one?
3525.
Ooh.
He's in there.
How'd you know? Yeah.
I don't know. We should call it in.
What? No.
There's not enough evidence, is there?
But I'll go take a look. Right?
Yeah, it being shot, her being shot similar to the girl. It's like she's being shot like a victim of his.
Hi there. Hi, I was wondering if you take a look at that for me.
Oh! Whoa! Okay, yeah, they just say suspect he's armed. Yeah, it's just like a sixth sense. Something drew her into this house. Yeah, that got me good. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to be a main character.
Don't move.
Oh, no.
That's not him, though.
Special Agent Lee Harker. Can someone tell me what I'm doing here?
It's also like her gun was coming right into the frame, like right out the frame, right towards you.
A number has been generated between 0 and 100 inclusive.
Okay, this is very odd.
You beat that numbers generator 8 times. How'd you do that?
I also missed it 8 times.
Yeah, does she have some sort of psychic connection?
Not time with one word. Longlegs.
Huh.
Someone or something is making the fathers do it.
Yeah, it's like the fathers are possessed. Okay. Is Longlegs more of a supernatural being then, rather than just Nicolas Cage as a human? So if she's got a little bit of psychic ability, they're bringing her in to investigate.
You identified a suspect's house. No prior knowledge, no real indication that it was any way different than all the cookie cutters all around it.
Yeah, something more supernatural.
What do the families have in common?
That's a good question.
It was always the fathers that did it.
That's not my daughter. Sir, who's not your daughter?
Oh, maybe it's not the father possessed to kill the daughters, but the daughters are possessed and he's so disturbed by it that he kills them. I don't think it's that though. It sounds more like it's the father being possessed.
In fact, forensics says there's no indication he was ever in the house at all. 8 times a knife from the family's kitchen. Once a hammer from the family's toolbox.
But it's always the same handwriting.
Maybe he tells the families what he wants them to do. To themselves, to each other.
Blackmails them somehow. That would be a logical explanation.
Manson had accomplices. His family.
You think Longlegs has help?
I guess you can never rule it out.
Bedtime.
I'll drive.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Oh, hey, this is Agent Lee Harker. Harker, this is my beautiful wife, Vanna, and our daughter, Miss Ruby.
When was Ruby born? Hopefully not the 14th of a month.
What about that thing? Do you go in it?
She's very awkward, isn't she?
Didn't you come to my birthday party?
Sounds great to me. Why don't you ask her?
When is it? I think it reveals 14th.
I'll be there.
Ah, they didn't actually say. Oh, what was that little pause when she walked in? Did something feel off?
Nasty stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of psychological stuff to deal with.
Don't forget, I was a nurse for 8 years.
Yeah, but also it's classified, so probably can't share too much.
I think I just need to be quiet for a little bit.
Open door frames like that, they always creep me out. Are we going to see something? Ooh. And it's Lee's birthday coming up. When is her? I was just like, was it when they mention birthdays? Does someone have a birthday on the 14th? Oh, I'm just like looking at every aspect of the frame. Outside the windows, is there someone there? Oh, this shot feels like there's someone watching, yeah. Oh. Oh yeah, look like horns. They love having the camera right up in your face, don't they? Right up in the lens. Oh, the backgrounds are so dark, I can't really make it out. Oh. Is that what Longlegs kind of wearing white like he was before? I'm thinking, right at the start, I said how that first girl was shot in the same way Lee was. That wasn't her ages ago and she's had a run-in with him before. That wasn't a flashback, was it? He left a note. Oh, January 14th. Will there be a way for him to know if she's opened it? Obviously, if there's something more supernatural, he might know then. Oh, it's actually given her some translation of the code. Yeah, she can start to decipher it. Freshly written. God, yeah, just that doorway. I'm constantly looking at that doorway. Oh, 666 SS. Ah, threatening mum. Ooh. Oh, on the left there were devil horns again. That just sent a chill down my spine. In the doorway, just as I said, I was looking at the doorway constantly.
And the girl's birthday was the 14th?
Seems like it.
Oh, yeah. She's deciphered it.
This is everyone else here. And it's not great.
Yeah.
How long ago?
I'd say about a month.
Jesus.
A month ago, really.
Let's take a look.
Are you sure she?
Yeah, she's good. You're good. Aren't you, okay?
She needs to see this. Oh.
How old's the girl?
Same 9 or 10.
Yeah, it's probably a similar age to Ruby. Yeah, I got to Carter.
Anyways, I was calling to let you know that I'm gonna be busy now with work.
Yeah, such an weird relationship they have. Weird interactions.
Our prayers protect us from the devil.
Oh, is she not saying her prayers? The devil's encroaching. Yeah, how far back can you track it? They've got all of these ones they know about, but it could be even further back. I feel like we're almost like constantly hearing his voice. Ain't whispering there when we heard like some breathing on the phone line with Mum. It sounded like it could have been him in the background. Didn't sound like Mum's voice. Oh. Yeah, okay, so that is just the devil.
The first murder happens on July 14th, 1966.
1966, it goes all the way back to...
Birthdays, creating an inverted triangle.
So can we predict the next one?
Their local priest makes his weekly visit, but it goes bad due to Carrie Ann's father and the axe from the tool shed.
But Carrie Ann survived? We've got a survivor. Did they have to come here late at night? Can't investigate during the day, you know? When it's nice and bright out and they can see everything clearly? Oh wow, X has marked the spot, yeah. They might find another note here. Yeah, focus on what's out here. They left the door open behind them. God, the atmosphere. I hate all of this. Is it suddenly much brighter outside? Doesn't that look like daytime beaming in? Oh, the upside down triangle. Huh. Like a doll. Yeah, it's got to her. The eyes are going to open, aren't they? Yeah.
Porcelain head, hands and feet. Unbleached canvas body, cotton stuffing. The hair is human, what's left of it.
Yeah, the hair looked oddly human. Okay. Oh, it's like the perspective of the doll. Oh, there he is, the best look we've had at him yet.
Nice to meet you, Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann was the one survivor, wasn't she? It's not like her hair. Oh, yeah, there was like a skull peeking through. Oh, okay, here he is. I'm surprised there wasn't more of a reveal of his look. More of a built-up reveal, because that was kind of hyped up. But there he is. He's obviously got some prosthetics on his nose and his lips.
Cuckoo.
I don't know what that was supposed to be.
And this is just your average customer service interaction. Okay.
Then yesterday, she gets a visitor, and I've never seen that happen either.
Oh, was it him? Ah.
Does the guard check IDs?
Well, it does sound like a good idea, but no.
Yeah, it should be something that you do.
You been to my house.
Well, she has.
Someone looks lots like you anyway.
And somehow Lee is being possessed. And it was actually Lee who was here 2 days ago somehow. Ooh.
Gosh, and I knew I was a handful as it was.
Is that doll again? Oh, with, yeah, the piercing eyes. So they had this like idealized version of her as a doll or something. Was that they had this like idealized version of her as a doll, so they were pretending to kill the doll instead of her. That's how she survived.
To do something for the man down the stairs. And boy, I just want to do whatever so he says me to do.
The man down the stairs.
Just happy as peaches to watch your heavy heart go pop pop, and your eyes is to go all to blood.
Okay. Here he is again. Skull of a goat or something there. It's the goat's head you always see as the devil. Oh, yeah. It was just like forming in there.
Look, we opened the bar in the doll's head, and there's nothing inside.
Maybe we're missing something.
It looked like he was maybe building a new doll somewhere as well there.
In some cultures, dolls are used in magic to control people.
Oh yeah, like a voodoo doll.
I revisited your file. When was the last time you talked to your mother?
Oh, a few days ago.
She called on a police report. January 13th, 1974. That's one day before your 9th birthday. That makes your birthday.
The 14th.
Give a description of a trespasser. Tall and pale.
Yeah, it's all related. That initial scene was her? Was a flashback?
You go see your mother. And tell me what she says about the person who came to your house when you were a kid. Understood?
So she's always had a connection to Longlegs then. Yeah, I said before they were shot in the same way. I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be showing that they were the same person or showing that she's like also a victim of him shot in the same way as a victim, but there you go.
Do you still say your prayers? No, Mom. I never said my prayers, never once.
Never once.
Really scared.
Not once in her whole life. Yeah, Mum's just a hoarder then. Oh. Yeah, of course, there'll be bugs and cockroaches in a hoarder's house like this. What's this? Yeah, we keep seeing a snake. She's got some sort of experience with a snake. Was she like sensing that flashback there? It's like the same room, part of her psychic ability.
Mom, do you remember my 9th birthday?
Lee doesn't remember it much at all.
I might have forgotten everything I possibly could for both of our sakes, but I never threw anything away.
Oh, never threw anything away. Is there some sort of evidence somewhere?
It's all in your room.
Like if Longlegs left a note all of that time ago, could that be mixed up with her things? Oh, okay. Flashing back again. Oh, it's that darkness of that doorway, and the aspect ratio changed again. She got a photo of him? But she'd forgotten, yeah. But we had some flashes of other things there as well. Supernatural flashes as her memory came back.
Make me go now, and I have to come back. Not one,
Oh, have to come back.
many times as
Come back as many times as I like. Is that a clue? He loves to break out into the song and dance, yeah. Oh, he's got a wig there. Oh, yeah, like the brain. Yeah, yeah, he was building another model, wasn't he? Yeah, looks a lot like him. To be honest, if I didn't know if it was Nicolas Cage, I don't know if I would be able to tell. Even though it's not like super different. It's not like very heavy prosthetics, is it? You can still see him under there a bit once you know.
And you'll be there. And you'll be there.
Yeah, it was almost like he was looking right at Carter through the screen.
Happy birthday, Lee Harker.
They've got to take her off the case at that point, surely. Too much personal connection.
Handwriting that matches the letters found at the scene, and suffice to say, it's all heavily satanic.
Yeah, it's the friend of a friend, Satan.
Longlegs isn't alone. He has to have someone helping him.
Yeah, she did suspect that at the start.
Someone that could pass as a child.
All right, Harker, come on. We got the guy who wrote the letters.
Those dolls.
We can expect his accomplice to kill at least one more family. Where is he now?
He's downstairs.
Would they let her question him? Really? I'm surprised she's not just taken off this completely.
What friend?
My friend that lives downstairs.
Friend that lives downstairs, yeah. The devil. Just them as well, not a third party in here, or at least observing.
There she is. The almost birthday girl.
Yeah, that's very Nicolas Cage, isn't it?
The day you decided to go into law enforcement, you were
Oh, he remembers.
20.
You know so much about her life.
Accept the gift and destroy it. And destroy yourself. Bow.
Accept the gift or destroy it.
Bow all the way down.
Huh. Is the she he was referring to the devil, or is it the seventh she? And didn't she say that it was the seven from the Book of Revelation? The seven heads.
You don't work alone, do you?
I mean, he works with the devil, but is there someone else as well?
But your work's over. It's done.
No, don't count on that yet.
I'll be a little bit of everywhere. Waiting.
Always in the shadows.
Why don't you ask your mommy?
Just like the man downstairs, he'll be everywhere.
Hail Satan.
Oh. Oh. He said his job was done, yeah. He's going to join Satan. Oh, the nose. Birthday girls. Multiple.
That's more than enough. We had the guy, and now we got nothing.
Can't blame it on him. Blame it on her.
And as for the 13th, while you were in there, Carrie and Cameron jumped off the roof at Water Rock.
Whoa.
Alone, with no accomplices. No black magic, no voodoo, no nothing.
I think it's quite evident there is something more going on, especially with the devil figure we've been seeing. Oh, she is actually going to go speak to Mum. Oh. Someone has door slightly open. There was still that mystery of that locked door. This is it, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, behind her, look. Yeah, there's just someone there. Oh. They're just his mum, yeah. Oh, the devil was there again as she walked away. That's one of the posters you always see as well. Is she gonna have to shoot her own mum? There's no sign of a father in her life. Is mum possessed instead? Oh yeah, that's like young her.
Put the gun down!
Oh, is that one of those dolls? Yeah. Oh, what? When Longlegs was saying, like, accept it or kill it, because they killed the doll before. What exactly was he saying?
But Gobble's dead. He's gone. Gobble's dead. It's okay.
He's not dead, he's free. Free from this mortal body.
When you're free too, baby girl.
Ooh. Oh god, I'm just trying to remember exactly what he was saying there. Kill it, and does that save her or does that like condemn her? But the other doll that they had that was stabbed, we saw that was killed before, and that girl survived, so this would save her.
She lived in a little house with her mother. And no one ever came to visit them.
Yeah, there was no father to possess for them.
I came from the church. You won!
That's what you were saying before. You've won. Is that how you get people into the house? So you've won a gift.
The doll made the little girl forget.
Oh, that's why she doesn't remember what to see and what not to see.
For his own.
Oh, there it is.
She would have to help him.
Yeah, these snakes again.
Now her work would be murdering families.
So Mum has been the accomplice, delivering the dolls.
Honey, congratulations. You've won. A gift from the church.
So you trust the church, that's how you get in people's homes.
From his hiding place within the dolls, the devil did the rest.
The devil was in the dolls. Oh, modern day, but the aspect ratio, she's still surrounded in the darkness. Oh no, it is widening. Oh, yeah, this is Longlegs' room. How did she get it here? That was the locked door? That was the basement? Longlegs have been just operating out of their house the entire time. Oh. Of course. Miss Ruby's birthday party, it was the 14th. I don't know why Carter would never have mentioned that. Surely he'd be worried he would be involved in this somehow, because it was always the 14th. I guess he never believed in the supernatural, so he wouldn't think he would have become possessed. And now she's driving his car. Oh.
Hey, Hawk, you made it.
She did make it in time.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, of course, everything's great. Yeah, in fact, you're here just in time because Miss Ruby just started opening her presents.
Oh, there's not going to be a doll as a present, is there? Let's look at the size of some of these presents. Okay, there we go.
No, Carter, that's my mom. She's the accomplice. She's Cobble's accomplice.
Sit down!
Oh.
No, Carter, you have to listen to me.
Oh, the way he's looking at the doll.
The woman is already dead. And the little girl will be next.
The woman's already dead. She been like stabbed already? She was like holding her throat there.
Join me in the kitchen, honey.
I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they're all like already possessed.
All three of them have to die.
If they die, will Mum be released? Or, because Mum was doing all of this to save Lee. Lee to kill herself.
And twist.
If Lee sacrifices herself, then it won't have to happen, perhaps? Is that the choice?
And so I'll do it again. And again.
Yeah, I remember on the phone she was saying you were allowed to grow up. Oh, but Ruby...
Move away from the girl.
Okay, Ruby's just sitting next to the doll. What does this mean, though? Are they safe? Will they burn in hell? Ah, it's empty. Yeah, I was just thinking. You could stab it, though. The birthday girls, they're both here.
Ruby, let's go.
Shouldn't there have been more bullets in? I'm trying to count. She shot Carter a few times, shot Mum once.
Hail Satan.
A little wink to camera, okay. And that's it. Okay, so that was Longlegs. I'm just trying to like decipher that ending, just like Lee was deciphering Longlegs' messages. So like the dolls, it seems you kill the dolls and then it releases the devil, because when we had Lee's doll get shot, we saw like the black smoke kind of evaporate out of her. And then Carrie Ann, her doll was like stabbed and she survived, but all of the other ones, they didn't kill the dolls, so the families died. And then at the end there with Ruby, Lee goes to shoot the doll but doesn't have enough ammo. And I will need to rewatch that and just count how many shots she did, because she had a revolver, which should be 6. I swear she only shot Carter twice, and then Mum once. She should still have some bullets left. Is that the devil interfering, not letting her destroy that? Or was that she had actually run out of bullet, but of course she might not have filled it all the way, whatever. I was just wondering, like, was that the devil interfering there? And of course I'm just like trying to think back to exactly what Longlegs had said about the dolls and exactly what he was saying there, just so I can have all of it, you know? So I think that's my interpretation of the end. And then I'd also mentioned, you know, Ruth, the mum, she'd done all of this to protect Lee, as like this pact to protect Lee. Now Lee is unprotected. Would Lee die relatively soon? Or I thought that, like, would Lee kill herself and that would be the kind of way she would save the Carter family? Obviously now we know that didn't happen, but I was thinking that, but I don't know how that works, how the mechanics of that works. Could she have done that or not? Because there was that upside down triangle with all of the dates, and then there was one missing, which was that final one. Would that fulfill the devil? Would the devil be satisfied with that and then leave? Or is the devil just doing all of this in perpetuity, and if Mum and Longlegs were never caught, they would have just kept doing it? Or was it only a certain amount they had to fulfill, so Lee killing herself would fulfill that, and then the devil would no longer, you know, have that to fulfill? But now this ending, that hasn't been fulfilled, has it? Because we haven't had Ruby be killed there. Not 100% sure how to interpret that there, and I'm sure there is some room for interpretation as well. And then, of course, the scariness. I do think for the first 2/3 of the film, it was very scary. There are moments when, you know, you have the devil's in the details, he's somewhere in the frame. And there was a specific moment, as I said, it just sent a chill down my spine when he was in the doorway and there was that quick cut, and it was like the way this was shot, there was so many open doorways, little moments causing anxiety. But I do think some of the horror, some of the mystery dissolved towards the end. I wasn't quite on the edge of my seat towards the end, and I think that is because the mystery kind of had been solved. We knew what was happening by that point. Some of the blanks had been filled in, so there's less for your imagination to kind of take over. Like, by that point, we know, we're like, yeah, it is definitely 100% supernatural. Even though Carter was kind of dismissing supernatural side, for us, the audience, we know it's 100% supernatural, so you kind of lose that air of mystery, don't you? And I think that contributed to some of the spookiness, some of the scariness kind of fizzling out towards the end, which is more overtaken by the anxiety of what's going to happen next, and some of the twists and some of the turns, the reveals of Mum and Longlegs smashing his head in, and will she get there in time to save the Carter family? That kind of takes the forefront towards the end. It's kind of the kind of thrills of that kind of overtake some of the more horror, the more spooky elements that were towards the start of the film. I do wonder if they'd kept things a bit more ambiguous, it would still stay as scary. I don't know how ambiguous you could have made it though, without things just being completely unexplained. But it is pretty like cut and dry at the end. Like, yeah, it is 100% supernatural. There's not really much wiggle room there, is there? But that might have been a little scarier, not knowing if it was the devil or not, or if it was just something happening, and these men, you know, there was these comparisons to the Silence of the Lambs that I mentioned in the opening, and I was thinking like the Silence of the Lambs is quite a bit of it there is also to do with like feminism and the experiences of being a woman in that environment, and we didn't have much of that here, which I kind of thought there maybe would be at the start, especially when I hadn't fully made the connection that Lee was the little girl at the start. They were both shot in that same way. I'm like, oh, she's like shot like one of Longlegs' victims. I was wondering if there'd be any commentary there. There definitely was like a bit of when she's alone in her house, this kind of fear women can have when they're alone. I kind of felt that there. This like mystery of someone knocking at the door and you don't know if you're safe or not when you're alone like that. That scene in like her house there, that was really effective, but there wasn't really much more commentary on that. And I do wonder again if they left it more ambiguous, left it as, is it these men being possessed, or is it just the violence of men killing their families? I mean, there's also like it happened too many times here as well. If it was only like 1 or 2 or 3 families over that period, maybe you could leave that more ambiguous to that. But it was much more, you know, it had happened multiple times, too many times for it to just be a fluke. But yeah, I do wonder if, again, more ambiguity there would make it a better commentary. Like, you've got the devil, you've got this lurking evil. I don't know if I would have liked if there was more ambiguity or not, but if you did have it, a kind of the message of there being this kind of lurking evil within people would maybe be stronger. And I guess there is also this kind of metaphor of this unearthing of trauma, Lee's trauma of, you know, obviously it was supernatural, her forgetting, but there is some things people do if they have a traumatic memory as a child, they'll like block it out and have to re-unearth it and like explore themselves to come to terms with it. But here, you know, it's more supernatural the way they do it, but we do get some of that with Lee as well, don't we? And then like Nicolas Cage, there's definitely a balance to be drawn with how creepy you go, how funny you go. There's this kind of in-between, isn't there, with he is funny, you know, random outbursts and going into song, but also it's creepy the way he does it because it's so unpredictable as well. He really is unpredictable here. So whenever he's on screen, you're kind of on the edge of your seat. What's he going to say? What's he going to do? He's just completely unhinged. And a lot of the time, you know, when he's talking, it's almost like he's talking in tongues. He's talking about the devil and different parts of the Bible. There's like multiple layers to what he's saying. He's never like being straight, just answering your questions yes, no. Is he? There's always like something more there, something more cryptic, just like his cryptic messages that he's been leaving all along. And I don't know if I'd say it was predictable. I couldn't predict, you know, the mum stuff and Longlegs being downstairs, but the stuff with the birthdays, it was like, come on, you mentioned Ruby's birthday, that's got to come back up. It's got to be the 14th. Why aren't you just saying, oh, you know, the movie keeping her birthday a secret? I'm like, well, it's going to be the 14th. Surely they've got to bring that back up. And then they're talking about Lee's birthday as well. I'm like, well, it's got to be the 14th as well, right? Because Mum was on the phone saying, well, the birthdays are coming soon. Those just seem so obvious to me. Okay, so I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. Go check out all the other horror reactions I did this month. And I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.